Okay, so I had a request for white eyeshadow, so here we are. You guys ready to do this? You ready for some white eyeshadow? Just adding a touch of a very soft brown in your crease, it's gonna balance it. So here we go. Grab your clean canvas. I'm actually gonna use the shade white because obviously it's gonna make the white come through as true as possible. So somewhere in the chaos is my little brush here, and I'm just gonna tap this on. Focusing most of it on my lid. And then if it fades up this way, that's okay. We just need a little bit for base. So we're gonna grab this MAC white eyeshadow. It's in the shade Gesso and a MAC 242S. And we're just gonna start to pack that on our lid. Just really take your time, press it in. We want it to be as pigmented as possible. Don't worry about how far you bring it up. That's why we're gonna balance it with the brown in just a second. But just really press it in everywhere. So now we're going to grab this Mario Master Mattes eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to grab these two shades. And I'm grabbing it just on a fluffy brush. But I'm still going to just take my time and kind of tap it through here. I'm pretty sure our crease is set, so we can scratch in just a second. But I like to lay down my color first by tapping. I just feel like it just spreads it more evenly. Now we can just kind of bring the brush back and forth. Remember, we're only able to drag our brush like this because our entire crease is set. So we're just going to kind of flick it this way and bring it in this way. Now if you lose some of the definition in the white eyeshadow, it's not a problem. Just come back in with a little bit more and you can shape your eye back. White eyeshadow is just, it's so pigmented up against the brown, the very soft brown, that you can even shape. And this is a really good way to do a cut crease. I'm not going to do one, but if you aren't as familiar, white eyeshadow just like this to kind of carve this out would be such a great way to practice. We're going to add this on top in just a second, but for right now I'm just going to soften these edges, especially towards the front. Then we'll take whatever's left on the brush and just kind of tap that on the highest point of the brow bone and over this way. It's just going to smooth and blend everything together. Okay, now we're going to grab this pencil. This one's also by Mario. It's in the shade The Perfect Brown, which it really and truly is. And I'm just going to start by tapping it right through here. I'm being a little more precise, but I'm not just going to draw a wing. We're going to shape it, but I'm just kind of dotting. I just don't want to take it too far up. Now we're going to switch to this side, and this is where we can smoke it over this way. This is really, really great technique if your hand is not as steady and you don't trust yourself with a wing liner. I'm going to dot a little bit more here. There we go. And now I'm just going to start to bring that out this way. Real nice, real smoky, no precision. Just wanted to pop back in and let you know that I'm still smoking this out. I've just gradually built it up. That way we don't go too overboard, but I still want you to see that beautiful smoky effect because we have the white eyeshadow on and it's just going to show through really nice. So just kind of take your time and we can just kind of fade it and make it a little softer towards the front. I love white eyeshadow, but we need a little hint of holiday sparkle. So this is the Master Crystal Reflector from Mario. This is in the shade Quartz. I'm just going to grab it here on my finger first. And I'm just going to place it through the center. Just going to turn it into a winter wonderland. Then I'm going to grab a fluffy brush, just kind of roll it around in here. And we'll just continue to tap. I feel the fingertip just makes it a little more pigmented. And then if you just tap this over, you just get these nice, beautiful reflects. Now obviously we're going to be doing lashes, but I feel like I haven't been telling you guys that I do always apply mascara before I apply my lashes. Just kind of roll this through. This is the e.l.f. mascara that we used yesterday. I love the way this one just grabs the lashes and coats them. Okay, so I'm doing my demi wispies that I curled. I talked about this the other day. I curled them with my Reveal Beauty curler, which you're about to see in a second because I clamped them together. But I curled them while my wand was extremely hot off of my eye, away from my eye, nowhere near my eye. Don't do that near your eye. So this is the little curler. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. This lash is completely dry. So what I'll do is I'll pinch my lashes together and I'll just continue to keep my lashes nice and curled. But this is what I curled them with. I got this extremely hot with a hairdryer, and then I curled them. I feel like this look is very vintage, very Marilyn Monroe, especially because of the lashes. They just make your eyes look really sleepy. I love white eyeshadow. I love it. Oh, I'm not sure if I told you. Sometimes when these looks don't take me as long, I forget to fill you guys in. Also, can't talk. I take a little bit of micellar water, and all I did is just kind of clean up under here. Since it's such a light eyeshadow, it's actually really easy to clean up with the micellar water. Even the brown liner is. Look what I finally got in the mail. They just sent these over. I just got them yesterday. Most of you have them even before I do, and honestly, I was jealous. Look at these little cuties. Look at these little itty bitty cuties. You know what? One of you told me that you use this eye treatment brush here to apply your eyeshadow base, so I'm going to try that next time. I just love the little short handles. I'm just so excited. Swipe up. Anissa Beauty's having an amazing sale right now for the holidays, so make sure you head over there and you check it out. So I'm grabbing my little All Over Care Mini from the set, and I'm using this primer here from Illamasqua. This is the Beyond, oh sorry, this is the Hydra. I always say, don't listen to what comes out of my mouth, just read what I type. I get out of control when I'm sitting here doing it. But this just leaves your skin so nicely hydrated, but never ever too greasy or anything of that nature. Okay, so I was looking at this, and this is what I love about eyeshadow. You can just kind of come in and reshape. I wanted it to feel a little bit more intense with the white, so I'm just kind of bringing the white up this way. I switched to this MAC 252S. It's just larger, and it's just going to kind of cover a little bit more. I want to take this up in here. We'll leave it defined on the outer part, but I really want it to feel a little bit more whimsical. Also, I would like to be very upset with my husband for bringing me these. I'll take a picture so it's not backwards, but these are absolutely ridiculously delicious. Like, honestly, my new favorite snack. They're dangerous. I want to eat the entire bag. I'm going to eat the entire bag. Okay, I haven't used this foundation in a month Sundays. So this is the Touche Eclat YSL. This is the hydrating one. I have the all-nighter one, which is better for matte skin. I actually like that one too. But I wanted to use this one. I'm going to be careful. I just put one pump here on the back of my hand. Let that warm up. Of course, I have a fuzzy sweater. Lord knows this is going to be everywhere. Now we're just going to work this into the skin. Of course, I'm using my Anissa Pinnacle foundation brush. And then whatever's left, I'll just go over the forehead. Sometimes I find that just placing a little bit of the foundation with a tinier brush, like so, you can be a little bit more precise. And then just melt it in with your brush. So I'm using my Rare Beauty concealer, but I mixed a little bit of 220C, which is a little bit more peachy. I mixed that with 160C right underneath my eye. I didn't want it to dry down and be a little too gray underneath there. And I'm tapping this in with my Anissa Angled Concealer brush. So now we're going to set with our Givenchy powder today and our little puff from Amazon. I feel like this little guy has broke the internet. I'm just going to press this in. I'm going to use powder bronzer and powder blush today, so we can just go ahead and start setting. I always like to go through the center of my face first. So now I'm going to grab this powder. You can see it's just going to be a little bit darker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the outer perimeter of my face with this. It's kind of going to act as a pre-bronzer. You can kind of see it start to ever so lightly shape. It's just going to make our bronzer look very evenly blended. If you struggle with patchiness or anything of that nature, your bronzer might be not melting in properly, you might not even have the right color bronzer. If you use a powder 2 shades darker than your natural skin tone, it's just automatically going to transition. It's going to transition just the way eyeshadow does. Now I'm going to grab my favorite bronzer at the moment. I know, it's ridiculous, but honestly, it just melts in like no other bronzer. My brush is a prototype. This is just, it's such a good shade for me. It has a little bit of red to it, just like the undertones in my chest. I apologize, but it's so good. Plus this packaging, You guys know I would not steer you wrong. Even though it's expensive, it might not have been good, but this one just so happens to be expensive and on another level of good. So I've been getting a whole bunch of new supporters lately. I'm going to start going and kind of teaching the first things that I started teaching. So once we get our bronzer on, I like to grab my foundation brush. I didn't add anything here. I'm just kind of using whatever's left. And I'm just going to continue to press this in. Make sure that it's nice and blended into the skin. We don't have any patchiness. Even though that transition really helps, we always want to melt it back into the skin. Now, who was out here missing that level 10 rash? I was. Definitely me. We're going to grab this blush from Kylie Cosmetics. It's in the shade We're Going Shopping. I'm going to load this up. The brush is a prototype. And I think I'm going to apply it through here today. Since my hair is very lifting, we'll apply our blush through here. And that's going to add a lot of lift to the face as well. Like I said, I've been getting a ton of new supporters and I just want to welcome all of you. But I am curious, how did you find me? I want to know. Let me know right here. Was it on the Explore page? Where was it? We're going to start to really turn this into a white eyeshadow look. It looked a little neutral before. That's because we haven't finished it. So grab your white eyeshadow and a tiny little brush. Mine's a prototype, but a MAC 228 is very similar. We're going to start to load this on the inner corner. Just pack it in there. And I think we'll just bring the white underneath here as well. I wanted to do something different but still wearable, and I feel like this is going to be really fun, especially once we add the mascara. It's going to make our bottom lashes pop. Now we're just going to run this NARS pencil in the shade Santa Monica Boulevard along the waterline, and then I'm also just going to bring it out a little bit here. When I tell you it's taking everything in me not to add pearls to this. Don't do it, girl. It's not worth it. I want to do a peachy nude, kind of like my little fluffy sweater I have on here. So I'm going to grab the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in Wherever Walnut, and then I'm going to grab also the Makeup Forever Liquid Lip. This is in the shade 101. I'm just going to start by just kind of doing a rough draft here. By the way, you guys are saying do the pearls. I was just thinking about it. I'm not going to do it. Okay, so here we go with the lipstick. I'm actually just going to put a really small amount, and then I'm going to tap it in. I've been doing this, and it kind of just blends it into the lip liner a little bit better. I did it. Okay, but to be fair, you could wear it without them and get Stone sent over this little container filled with all of this deliciousness. How was I not supposed to dive in? So I did make it very simple. I just did 1, 2, 3. And this is the House of Lashes glue. Then I picked up the pearls, and all you do is just kind of tap them on there. This applicator is also from Get Stoned. So fun. I feel like Winter Wonderland Barbie. I would have wanted this Barbie. All this white eyeshadow. I would have wanted that Barbie. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Again, the white eyeshadow by itself was just amazing, but I'm sent all of these beautiful products and I just want to use everything. It's such an honor. I also want to announce that every Friday I am going to do a look and you guys can recreate it, and then on the next day within 24 hours I am going to be reposting some of you. Now I did the red look and that's when we started, but from now on every Friday is when I'm going to do a look and repost as many people as I can that redo the look. Again, tomorrow I'm going to be posting the red look. So many of you recreated that. But I'm going to start doing it on Fridays and then sharing you on Saturdays because I don't really share a lot of things on Saturdays. So why not share you? I'm so excited and I know you guys are excited. So get ready for tomorrow. You guys might see yourself on my page. Get ready for it. I love you guys and we'll chat tomorrow.